The year is 2012. Andrew Tate was the president of the United States, the world was ending, and most importantly, a little gem of a game called Sleeping Dogs came out. Not only did the game come out, but it featured one of the best missions in open world game history. It's dark, it's gritty, it's brutal, it's dramatic. Let's jump right into this, because this is the best mission in gaming history.
Congratulations. Peggy, you look stunning.
The mission prior starts with you chauffeuring the bride-to-be, and oh look, a mood meter. What happens if I...
My car, wait, what are you doing?
Oh look, a prostitute. Okay, let's get Peggy that cake. Those bastards are stealing the cake. Ah yes, there we go. Now let's go peacefully steal those flowers for you, Peggy. These guys know how to fight. This isn't good. Okay, fuck this, I'm out. Alright, so after some very mundane tasks Peggy sets you out to complete, you have now gained her trust, and the wedding is officially ready. This can only mean one thing. It's now time for the mission.
Hey man, stuck in traffic. I'll get there as soon as possible.
Don't worry, there's still time.
Don't start without me.
The mission starts with the family greeting Wei and cheering for Winston on his big day. And oh look, Uncle Po! Some banter is said back and forth between Wei and Winston, and you're asked if you could get some wine from Winston's car that he forgot to bring inside. As you're doing said task, you begin to hear lots of loud screams come from inside the hall, which leads to a pretty epic scramble to find out what happened.
Fuck! Jack, you there?
Holy shit, did you see that?
You find a way inside and you see the carnage that is ensuing. It is now time to fight. You fight your way through some surprisingly well fighting trained chefs and take them out one by one. Onwards you go to find that the super chefs have now acquired guns. You have to quickly disarm one of them if you want to have a fighting chance at not only finding Winston and Peggy, but survival. The shooting might not be the smoothest in this game, but the slow motion vault shots you can do are honestly amazing. Anyways, you get rid of the immediate threats only to find the horror. Bodies everywhere. Blood everywhere. Winston and Peggy. Covered in blood, you make your stance to your gang leader.
Winston! Shit. Oh god. Peggy!
Wait. Get Peggy out of here. She doesn't deserve this.
Winston! Fuck! Shit. Peggy.
What makes this moment so heartbreaking is that during this point in the campaign, you've developed a brotherhood with Winston, going through quite a lot together, thus, in turn, bonding with him and getting closer. Not only that, but bonding with Winston's family, Mrs. Chu and Peggy through previous missions.
I can see why Winston likes you.
There is no time to mourn though, as Wei can hear incoming gangsters in the distance closing in on his location. Once again, the only thing left to do is fight your way out of this bloodbath. One detail I've always loved about this mission is how bloody your white tuxedo gets. You kick your way into the next room only to find out that Uncle Po has been shot. Now they've simply gone too far. You spray your way through the enemies with the automatic rifle in order to try and save Uncle Po's life to avoid yet another casualty of this massacre. Upon finding Uncle Po, you realize that he's still semi-stable, and although he's dazed and confused, the game foreshadows that there is still a chance to save his life.
Okay, come on. We gotta get you out of here.
Now you must take Uncle Po under your protection and fight more enemies trying to kill the both of you. What I really appreciate about older games is that a lot of them don't hold your hand through certain missions like you would in modern titles. In new games, you'd be given an RPG with unlimited ammo killing waves and waves of enemies in this situation with no issues whatsoever. That's not the case here. Ammo is scarce and you have to make every shot count with your pistol. It can be hard to survive as you cannot enter a coverable state while protecting Uncle Po. After eliminating all the threats, you see your gang holding off the rest of the enemy gangsters, and you arrive at the hospital. Uncle Po is dropped at the hospital, and Wei knows he must get out of there ASAP before the police arrive.
My boy, maybe you'll want to leave before our friends, the police, show up.
After the mission, the chief inspector of the Hong Kong Police Department tells Wei to meet him at the underpass. Raymond threatens to end the entire undercover operation in front of your very eyes because of the fact that he can see that you're becoming very attached to the gang members and feel a personal vendetta against the rival gang that killed your friend Winston.
It's war now.
No, it's not. You're a cop, all right? Your job is to enforce the law. You can't remember that? I'll pull you out right now.
Pull me out?
Your job was to get close to Winston. Now, that's not much of a strategy anymore.
Get close to... Open your eyes, Raymond. I am Winston now.
The scene ends with Wei explaining that he is Winston now, exclaiming that he is pretty much the leader of your gang, the Red Bulls now. This mission is very well put together, from the starting build-up to the climactic end. It's really an emotional roller coaster that has you enticed on what will happen next. Why I think this mission hits so hard for myself and many others that played this game is just how serious everything is. It helps you connect with Wei more than if every moment had an overabundance of humor, and I think that could be said for the whole story as a whole. It's gritty and dark, and there's no two ways around it. A bride and a groom are mercilessly slaughtered on their very own wedding day. That's one of the most fucked up things that could ever happen, and it's fucking awesome. In a video game, of course. I have to applaud Square Enix for taking the chance and doing something this dark during a moment in your life that is supposed to be one of the main highlights that you'll remember forever. I can't remember any other video game that has done a wedding scene like that before. Okay, but no, this mission has to be one of the absolute best in the entire game, and that's saying something because there are some bangers during this campaign. I'd go as far as to say that this mission tops the GTA 4 wedding mission for the reasons of its grit. Yes, GTA 4's was and always will be a classic mission in that game's campaign, but the sheer brutality of the one featured in Sleeping Dogs is enough for me to say that this mission trumps GTA 4's. Not to mention what happens next is fantastic. So what does happen next? Mrs. Chu's sweet revenge. Wei informs Mrs. Chu that he got a look at one of the gunmen at the wedding massacre and that he will find him and make sure he spills the information on who was responsible for the whole operation. Mrs. Chu has other plans though, and orders Wei that when he finds the culprit, Johnny Ratface, he brings him straight to her. You track the bastard down and find his hideout where he is harassing a woman. Once again, it's time to fight your way through enemies and take them out to inch your way closer and closer to get your hands on him. After a very intense shootout and many casualties later, the chase is now kicked into third gear and it's an all-out scramble on the highway. Let me just stop and say that the car chases in this game are so well done. The slow motion that happens when you disable enemy vehicles, the music, the intensity, it legitimately feels like a movie. After disabling his car, you stuff that rat bastard into your car's trunk and deliver him to Winston's mother once and for all to what is one of the most brutal deaths in the game, and believe me, there's a few.
I don't know what this guy told you.
佢話俾我聽 ，Winston 死嗰日你就喺嗰度。
Fuck!
而家你話俾我聽，邊個叫你做啊？
I don't know what you're talking about, you crazy old bitch. Please.
喂，你而家應該走，你走啦喂。
Wait, don't leave me here. She's fucking crazy. Okay, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Just please, don't.
Winston is somewhat avenged, and you now know that Dog Eyes, the story's main villain, was responsible for the massacre, and you just know it's only a matter of time before Dog Eyes gets what's coming to him. In conclusion, the wedding mission is really the turning point of the whole story. It's the catalyst for the most entertaining and best written part of the game, story-wise. After that, you don't really know what's going to happen next. You don't know whether Wei is going to stick to his original undercover mission or go too far with his personal attachment to the gang. It sets up the most morally gray part of the game for Wei, and is the moment where the game really kicks in and grips you by the shoulders, pulling you right into the narrative. And for that, it will always be Sleeping Dogs' most memorable mission.